moments in life when a single sentence changes everything. For her, that sentence was simple and devastating. There's nothing more we can do. Go home and prepare to die. In 1981, Dodie Osteen began experiencing intense pain throughout her body, extreme weakness, and rapid weight loss. What started as discomfort quickly became unbearable. Doctors ran test after test, and the results were devastating. She was a wife, a mother, and a woman of faith. But none of that mattered when the diagnosis came. She had metastatic liver cancer. The cancer had already spread. Treatment wasn't an option. Medicine had reached its limit. Doctors gave her weeks, maybe months. Then, she was sent home to die. Dodie later recalled that moment as standing face to face with death, not metaphorically, but literally. At home, her condition worsened. The pain was constant. She struggled to eat. Sleep was difficult. Some days, simply standing felt impossible. Fear tried to flood her mind. Dodie and her husband, John Osteen, were Christians, but this moment demanded more than casual faith. Faced with death, Dodie made a decision. She chose to stand on God's word, specifically scriptures that spoke of healing and God's promises. Every day, despite intense pain and weakness, she confessed healing scriptures aloud. She rejected fear. She rejected hopelessness. She chose to believe that God's word was final, even when her body said otherwise. There was no instant miracle, no dramatic hospital scene, just daily, stubborn faith. Every single day, often multiple times a day, she spoke scriptures about healing out loud, even when she was weak, even when the pain screamed louder than faith. She read verses like, "I am the Lord that healeth thee. By his stripes we are healed." She didn't deny the medical reality. She simply refused to let it be the highest authority. There were days she didn't feel strong, days when nothing seemed to change, days when faith felt like work. But she stayed consistent. Dodie stood firm as she said, "I will not let fear have the final word." This was not a sudden, dramatic moment where everything changed overnight. There was no flash of light, no emotional rush, no immediate relief from pain. Healing unfolded gradually. Over time, Dodie noticed small changes. Pain began to lessen. Strength slowly returned. Appetite improved. She held on to those changes, not as coincidence, but as confirmation that God was working. After several months, Dodie returned to the doctor, not because she felt completely healed, but because something had changed. The scans came back. The doctors looked again, and again. The cancer was gone. No trace or progression, no explanation, no medical reason. The same doctors who had told her to go home and die now admitted they could not medically explain what had happened. "We don't understand this." Dodie Osteen did not relapse. She went on to live more than 40 years cancer-free, openly sharing her testimony around the world. Her life became living proof that her healing wasn't temporary, it was complete. She never claimed it was because of her own strength. She always said it was because of God's faithfulness. Dodie Osteen peacefully passed away July 30th, 2025, of natural causes at the age of 91. If you or someone you love is facing illness, if doctors have said there's nothing more they can do, this testimony is a reminder that God still heals. Not always instantly, not always visibly at first, but always faithfully.